Give me more of your money. Give me control over your kids' education. Give me control over your health care. Give me control over the price of rent. If you're a landlord, you charge your renters. Give me control over your business through regulation. What are they offering you? Listen to me. Democrats, this message is for you. Republicans, you can tune out, although I hope you don't. What are they offering to give you? Anyone? They're only offering to take. And the way they hide the take and the steal and the grift and the theft of taking away your education liberty, your money, your business, regulating you to death and taking your freedom away because you got to answer to government. The way they disguise the whole thing and basically put don't pay attention to the wizard and get you to feel like you're being gifted something is by blaming someone for hurting you. So you feel bad. You feel like you should have gotten a job someone else did. Clearly, the patriarchy did it. We're going to come and save you. And it's like an enemy, my enemy is my friend. I'm sorry if this is getting deep, but this is a show that's long overdue. They are your enemy, the Democrats. But if they can get you to believe there's a bigger enemy out there, they want you to believe that the enemy of the enemy is your friend, and that's them. They're going to stop the white male patriarchy. They did it. The white male patriarchy. But here's the kick in the balls. I referenced an article last night on Laura Ingram's show. Ladies and gentlemen, this article has stuck with me for 11 years now. This is one of the first articles I think I ever mentioned on the first month or so I was involved in my podcast. You can look it up. It's still there. It's at the Wall Street Journal, WSJ.com. It's by William McGurn. He still writes there. And it's called Baltimore is Not About Race. I have the article here. I want to show you this. I want to show you why this is a big freaking scam. This Democrat autopsy avoided all of the real problems of the Democrat Party. We hate white men, and we tried this bullshit scam, blaming every problem on them. We told people we were going to protect them against the white men, and then the white men and working class revolted against us, and they're like shocked. Here's the article. It's called Baltimore is Not About Race. What's the real problem in your life? Big government. It has nothing to do with race. This is genius. McGurn compares rural Martin County, Kentucky, which is largely white, and urban Baltimore, which is largely black. Martin County, Kentucky, back at the time, supported Romney. Baltimore supported Obama. He notes Martin County is 92% white. This is Kentucky, not Justin's like, we live in Martin. No, not Florida, Kentucky. 92% white. Baltimore's 2/3 black. Each has seen important sources of good-paying jobs dry up. Martin County in coal mining, Baltimore in manufacturing. They note in the last presidential election, Martin County, largely white, voted for Romney 6-1. Baltimore voted 9-1 for Obama. But they have the same problems. So what's the common denominator? Is it the patriarchy? Because it seems like the white men in Martin County are getting effed over too. He goes on in the piece, bookmark this, and show it to your liberal friends who are probably too stupid to process this. He notes the Great Society's legacy has been depressingly similar. In a remarkable dispatch 2 years ago, this person noted that the war on poverty sent $2 billion to Martin County alone through programs including welfare, food stamps, jobless benefits, disability compensation, school subsidies, affordable housing, worker training, economic development incentives, Head Start, expanded Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. And they have the exact same poverty, public education, health care, and lack of jobs crisis as Baltimore, which had the big, heavy hand of government inject themselves into that community too. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let the liberals bullshit and lie to you. At least make them be honest. If you want a welfare state and the government taking away all of your so-called problems and solving the problem of the white male patriarchy, they are only going to cause a new set of problems in your community by engendering a sense of apathy from people who feel like they don't have to work because Big Daddy government's going to fix everything while they F everything up. Europe has already tried this. Joseph Sternberg wrote a piece 2-3 weeks ago at the Wall Street Journal we covered on the show about how Europe is poor, and they don't want to admit it. Europe is poor. Sternberg wrote the piece. We covered it. He showed how when you ask Europeans, leave this up, the title of the piece is, Europe can be poor if it wants, but does it? Okay, you can get rid of that now. But I was like, leave it up there. The premise of Sternberg's piece is very simple. When you ask Europeans, Western Europeans, and you say to them, hey, man, compare yourselves to a state in the United States. How wealthy are you compared to, how wealthy is, say, the UK compared to states in the United States? They rate themselves at the top. They're like, yeah, we're probably after like New York, California, and Texas. You are not. You're down at the bottom. The poorest United States, the poorest states in the United States, you are at or below them. They were stunned to hear this. Our poorest states are richer than you. The Europeans, they couldn't believe it. Sternberg writes his piece. It's an eruption. Put that headline back up again. So now he writes a comeback piece saying, hey, listen, I know this piece pissed a lot of you off that Europe's poor, but it's not my fault. It's your fault. The numbers don't lie. Again, the piece is called Europe Can Be Poor If It Wants, but doesn't. And what he's saying here is Europeans and European leaders, the ECB and others and all of them, the IMF and all these people, these international NGOs and global operations, just tell Europeans the truth. You want big government, you're going to be poor. You want limited government, rugged individualism, and free markets, you'll be rich. They don't want to tell them that. They're telling people the same thing they told people in Martin County, Kentucky, and Baltimore. We're going to tax the shit out of you. We're going to bring big government in. It's going to solve all of your problems. You're going to have a nanny state, and you're going to be rich too. You're not. You can be prosperous or you can have big government. You cannot have both. And the Democrat autopsy addressed none of that. They know you can't have both, but they distract you from the obvious. You would think smart people in the Democrat Party would be saying, wait, the bigger our government gets, the shittier the outcome. We're spending $41,000 per student to educate someone in New York, and we have some of the worst results in the entire organized, industrially competent world. Where are the scientists going, hey, there seems to be a correlation there? The answer is they're not, because they're all distracted with the white man did it. The white male patriarchy did it. And suckers fall for it, because it's like I said last night in Ingram. That movie, A Few Good Men, the best part of the movie is Tom Cruise telling people that the courts aren't about innocence or guilt. They're about who to blame. If it's not your guy and you're defending him, you better find someone else. It's about who to blame. The Democrats figured out we can't have people blaming our big government policies. So what are we going to do? We're going to distract people by blaming the white male, and they never expected the white male to revolt against them. And that is entirely overlooked in the Democrat autopsy. I got more of this coming up. I got just absolutely killer hits about this exact topic. And I'm going to show you something interesting about the autopsy, too. How even in the Democrat autopsy of why Kamala lost, they can't acknowledge the obvious, that Kamala Harris was uniquely awful as a candidate after another uniquely awful candidate, Joe Biden. And that word unique's doing a lot of work there. All right, let me take a quick break, and I'm going to show you how they tried to hide the autopsy, and they waited to Memorial Day weekend. Why? Because they didn't want it out there. That's why. They wanted to hide the damn thing. All right.